so cool to have gotten to see where this show started and where it is headed. When you started this, you know, your original home, the WB network, no longer here. Social media did not exist. Streaming, definitely not a thing. Fandoms, they were not fighting then. You guys, you've outlasted more shows than demons that you have killed. I think only It's Always Sunny and Grey's Anatomy, which started in 2005, are still with us. And It's Always Sunny only does like 10 episodes a season. So for you guys, before we get started into the meat and potato stuff, I want to ask, how are you doing now that it is all over?
I can start. Yeah. You know, I'm not going to be shy and admit it. There were a lot of tears leading up to coming back to film what we knew would be the final 2 episodes of the series. You know, I'd read the scripts and I think about this and that, and then we were up there, and it seems like every day or every set, it was like, this is the last day on this location, or this is the last time we're working with this person. And it's been a week now. We finished filming a week ago today. And I've been smiling a lot. Like I feel like, and I think Jensen and I talked about this with each other. I've been really happy, man. I've been really proud of, now that it's in hindsight, which feels really weird to say, I've been able to kind of look at it more objectively, as opposed to, you know, during the show, during the 15 years, it was like, well, I still have work to do. Like, I got to keep on my game. I got to, you know, keep sharp. And that was just like, that was a cool thing. Like, now I kind of want to talk about Supernatural and talk about the show, because I can talk about it as an outsider now. I mean, we're all outsiders now, other than those who are editing. But yeah, it seems like it's bringing back only good memories for me.
There was a lot of tears in your Instagram. Jensen didn't look exactly as emotional, but Jensen, how did you handle your last day?
I'll say this: the final day on our sound stages was the Friday previous to our last 3 days, and that was really the big, heavy, emotional scene of the episode and of the season and of the series, I think. And we did that, and we filmed that on our last day at our sound stages. And so I really feel like that was kind of the emotional, that embodied the emotional good, you know, kind of goodbye to our home. It was, you know, Jared and I said, this is kind of like, you know, putting these brothers and these characters away, you know, putting them like just, it's like, this is it, because this is the last real time that we're going to have this kind of an emotional moment to this degree. And so I kind of felt like that was the last song in a huge, heavy rock concert. And then we came back for 3 more days on the road, and that to me felt like an encore, that we were all able to come back out and do our thing. And the very final moment, the very final day, you know, and you'll see standing on a bridge, an indie bridge somewhere, somehow, we all kind of had a real beautiful moment of, and it was like Jared said, it was less sad and it was more proud. It was kind of happy tears. It was that feeling you get when you know you've done something that you'll be proud of for the rest of your life.
And it's a very sort of intimate episode. We hope the fans like it, but we did an extra day. We usually do 8 days. We did 9 days on the finale. But I thought things went pretty smoothly. I think Jared and Jensen will agree with that.
I agree. Yeah, they were different. They were certainly different as far as shooting, and we all kind of realized that. But it did go smoothly. I think that I kind of said this prior. It seemed like the cast and the crew all kind of took further precautions than they were required to. You know, like I know my friend in stand-in wasn't going out on weekends. He's like, yeah, you know, I'll wait a couple months. I don't want to be the guy that gets this production shut down. And then possibly gets other Warner Brothers production shut down. So I know a lot of the crew was kind of laying low for that last 4 weeks of shooting. And it felt like it went really smoothly on set, especially at our studios. It was, it was all taped off, and I know Jim Michaels and I'm sure Bob and Dab also did a lot of kind of the legwork in that 4.5 month, 5 month break to make sure that everything was set up to where, time was of the essence. It's not like we have reshoots next week. We'd have to re-quarantine. It's not like we can go pick it up, at the beginning of season 16. So we really had to be efficient. And it certainly felt like when I got to set on day one, I was like, oh, this is different, but this is absolutely efficient. Like if it was my first day on a set and they just told me this was the way to do it, it would have felt like any other day on set prior to COVID. So I certainly have no complaints.
Yeah, it was doable. It was certainly doable. And I think that was everybody's, we were concerned of is this going to affect the quality of the product that we're making? And I don't think it did. It was certainly an adjustment. It's certainly just socially debilitating because you can't see the faces of the people that you're working with anymore. And you can't have that social interaction that I think really sets a tone on set. So that'll be interesting to see how that's kind of navigated with new shows or with, returning shows and stuff. Luckily there's such a bond, I think, with the crew and the cast on this particular set that we were able to adjust fairly well and pivot to what we needed to be doing. And I think I don't think that the product suffered at all. But it will be interesting to see what the new norm looks like moving forward.
Yeah, socially it was interesting. Ackles and I kind of talked about this. We've known our crew for many, many years, some of them for 15 plus years. But now, when it was like, okay, the boys are going back to their trailers to get changed for the next scene, it felt like we were some of those asshole actors who say like, hey, tell the crew not to look at us in the eyes. Because we'd leave stage and like they would run, like the Red Sea, they would part. And we're like, hey, okay. Like it felt like this must be what life as David Caruso feels like or something. For Misha, yeah, exactly. For Misha. As soon as we were anywhere, it was like exploding dots, like, shining a flashlight on cockroaches, and they all just dispersed. Like, man, they really don't like us. They're finally letting us know.
There's also this announcement, like when we walk off, it's like, here comes first team. And it was a bit like, shame. Everybody like parted ways. And I was like, oh, I feel like a leper right now. This is.
What a way to go out.
Yeah. The shoot beds. Yeah.
Now, for the actors, how do you guys feel about where your characters land in the finale?
I couldn't be happier. Without getting into detail, I've cared about this storyline. I guess it came to my house in Los Angeles, probably January 2005, among a dozen pilot scripts. So I've kind of known about this project and cared about it since then, and I've especially cared about it since being cast in February of 2005 and filming with Ackles. And so it's been a big part of my life, and I'd be lying if I tried to posit that I hadn't thought many times about how I want this to end up, where I want Sam and Dean. I've even kind of said in interviews, like, I think it should be like this. I think it should be like that. I think this and that. And I guess I could have seen it ending a slew of different ways, but now that it's all said and done and we've called that's a wrap on our final day, I couldn't be more pleased with the way it turned out. Kudos to the writers.
Yeah, I think it's a fantastic way for this show to wrap up. And this is, not a secret. I had my reservations about when I first heard the idea, and you realize, for me, I just realized I'm so close to the story and so close to these characters that, maybe I had my own ideas of how it was going to look. And I didn't necessarily. And the more that I thought about it and the more that I, mulled over all the different possibilities of what could have happened or what could happen and maybe what should happen, it's interesting to think that I kept coming back to what ended up happening.
So I reached out to Eric Kripke and asked him for a little bit, just if he had anything to say. And he sent a message that read in part, when I sat you guys down on episode 2 and said that this story starts and ends with you. And even more than that, you two have to be the leaders of all of Supernatural. Says, not only did you rise to that challenge, you have exceeded it in every way. Not only did you give amazing performances as Sam and Dean, you are even better people. The good that has come out of Supernatural is the thing I am most proud of. I know that the Supernatural family will always be there, so I know this isn't goodbye.
Special for me. I will say, knowing what I know now, and we've had this a similar question before, like, what's your favorite episode? What's your favorite season? I will say that the series finale is my favorite episode of all time. And there were a few moments during the filming of that will go down, obviously Jen takes precedent, because if she watched this and finds out that she's watching our three kids while I'm in a hotel room in Utah, and I don't give her appropriate credit, she'll kill me. Just kidding. But yeah, I think the last, almost like the post-COVID final 4 weeks, there was just something in the air. The whole lead up, Misha talked about it, like the lead up, like come January of 2020, pre-COVID, there was sort of a palpable feeling in the air. It was almost tangible of like, all right, man, like we're all sad, but we're all really happy and realize how fortunate we were to have this experience together, and let's take this home. And it felt like, I remember Ackles and I finished the Seattle Marathon together in 2018 in November, and it was rough, and we trained some together, and neither of us ever in a marathon. And I feel like the final mile, you pass up, like, and we did it for charity, and helped raise money for charity and made some donations as well. But I think it was like you hit the 25-mile marker, and it says 25 miles, 1.2 miles to go. And we had just been on the road for 4 hours, been raining, and it was like, man, it felt like that final mile of like, cool, we're taking this home. You're hurt, you're sore, your legs don't work really well, and you just couldn't be happier with what you've just been able to go through.
I'll real quick. I mean, again, 15 years. There's a lot. There's a lot to choose from, as far as memories and moments and things that will live in the head forever. And thankfully, we've got Bob Singer, who can recount them more amazingly than anybody. But I would say, I'll echo Jared as far as there's a moment in this final episode that might eke out the number one spot of all time. But again, it's also fresh, so we'll sit with that and marinate in it for a little bit. But there is a moment you said on or off screen that I do remember very vividly, and that was the last time we all took the stage at Comic-Con last year. That was because for a lot of shows, that's the first and only time maybe during the year or during their season that they get to see a fan appreciation live and in person. We fortunately get to do these conventions and we travel around the country and around the world, and we get to see these fans and we get to interact with them and stuff. So we get to see that on a different or on a more frequent level. But there's something just really special about that room and about that crowd. And the grandeur of it all, and to go into our we were just starting into our final season, knowing that it was our final season, and to be able to just stand there and kind of take that in was a pretty emotional moment that I will never forget.
It was over a year ago.
I know.
Set. Misha, we know what some of you got from set. We saw the videos. What are you going to take with you from this experience?
Not a tangible item, but that's, I hope this doesn't sound like a cop-out. That's difficult to really quantify right now. Here I am a week out. And
wife and children. A wife.
Wife and children.
I think your wife again quickly.
Outside of the obvious, I legitimately have a difficult time trying to parse out what part of the last 15 and a half years was Jared's life and experience and what part was Sam's life and experiences. And not that I think Jared was possessed by Lucifer. Like I can separate that. I had so many formative growth years between age 22 as a single kid, didn't know my head from my ass, to a 38-year-old with a wife and 3 kids. I still don't know my head from my ass, but I feel like I know I've grown a lot, and I think I owe a lot of that to Supernatural. I'll never be able to establish a percentage of what I would have learned without Supernatural and what I learned through and because of, at least in some part, from Supernatural. so I think I learned gratitude. I went through some, probably self-important times early on where I was like, I'm away from my friends and my house and get me out of here. And now I'm just so grateful that through some support from friends and family, kind of kept putting one foot in front of the other. And here I get to talk about this show 15 years. That's meant so much to me. So it's difficult for me to figure it out. I wish I had the words. I'm just really grateful. It's funny to truly feel grateful, and you can't really express it. It's just, I feel so friggin' fortunate.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'd heard that answer before.
He wrote it, as a matter of fact. He wrote it down.
I did, and I'm sick of hearing it again. I'll be brief. What I'm going to take with that's untangible, lifelong lessons, and lifelong friends. I have no doubt that I will know these people for the rest of mine or their lives. I think that we are in such a unique position as this show and as this cast to have a real open face-to-face dialogue with a lot of fans on a frequent basis. I just don't know of a lot of casts or shows that get to have that opportunity. So they've really become a part of what we do. It is, I often say that, meeting fans and having interactions with fans and going to these conventions and talking to them and about this common interest that we all have is fuel. And the fact that you can get that inspiration to keep working harder, and you can get that fuel to want to do, to want to wake up at 6 a.m. and get to work to make the best product that you can. That's a unique situation that I don't know that I'll ever have again, or at least certainly not to this capacity. And so for that, I will forever be married to this SPN family. That's just what it is.
Jared?
Yeah. I don't know of any other show in the history of television that the fan support was so critical and crucial in the show's success. So to the fans who are watching this, thank you. I know we as actors and as showrunners and producers get to have our horns tooted quite often, but I hope you realize that we're all over here tooting your horn as well, and I hope you toot your own horn as well with us.
There's a lot of tooting going on.
A lot of tooting. A lot of tooting. Yeah.
In the 80s, that would mean a whole different thing. But
we have a saying, kind of like supernatural never dies, and the fandom is the only reason that Supernatural lived for 15 years, and the fandom is the only way that Supernatural will truly never die. So that's kind of a thank you and a shout out to the fans who helped so much more than they realize get us here, and that's what'll keep it going in perpetuity.
We should talk about goofy shit for a while, right? Right, Misha?
I'm up for goofy shit.
Yeah, we have some. You guys want to do some? We have some trivia questions queued
Yes.
up. Guys.
Yeah.
Yes.
Who doesn't want to do that?
Trivia about what?
You mean the capital of or supernatural trivia?
The capital of?
Hey, Jared, let's do capitals pretty soon.
All right, I'm in. Old York.
Somalia.
When my kid was 7, I asked her what the capital of Vermont was, and she said V.
That's a brilliant answer.
Not wrong.
Not wrong.
That's true.
All right, Montpelier.
Okay, where's the trivia?
All right, Bob.
Here's the first trivia question. This is just for you guys. We have some trivia questions for the fans as well, but these are just for you. The first one is, what is the name of the Japanese game show that Sam and Dean were first?
Nutcracker.
Nutcracker.
Actually, technically,
You've been
it was
phoning up, haven't you?
Wait, can I actually ask a question that I never knew the answer to for Jared, and I want to know?
Yeah.
What were you using to protect your junk when the giant ball came up to hit you in the crotch?
A thimble.
A mini thimble, a mimble. I just, you know what? I just focused, man. I just kind of like, I'm a method guy, you know, I'm a method actor, Eric. So thanks for,
you did that kung fu method where they kick you in the nuts, you know, 1,000 times.
It sounds the iron cross technique.
I think I had a cup. But it was situated in such a way where it just went straight up, and my crotch was supposed to be kind of right here, and I just sort of had to trust them. But it made for real fear for Sam to go like, "Oh God, I don't like."
And also knowing how much our special effects team likes to go above and beyond normally what they need to do. I thought it's going to take you right out of like. I thought I was taking your
hood
for sure.
I mean, I did pee a little bit and poop.
Yeah.
All right, what's next, Misha? What was the answer?
That you got it right. Without his powers, what does Dean say Castiel is?
Stupid.
No, so not Misha, Castiel.
Junkless.
I called you impotent.
Okay, easy guys. Actually, I don't. Okay, well,
Whoa.
What was
here's
it?
a hint. He's a baby.
In a trench coat?
Yes.
Baby Yoda.
Baby in a trench coat. Who said that?
I got it.
Osric. Nerd.
It was something about the show.
Hi, Julie.
Okay, here. This is who can say
the other Julie.
Actually, Julie, this one's for you. What's the other name of the Impala?
Baby?
Baby.
Or no, it's
Oh,
like
you got
my
it.
special place. What do you want?
All right,
I got one.
I slept in that back seat.
What was the name of it before it was Baby? In the first couple of years before it was Baby. Baby kind of caught on around season 4.
Yeah.
This is maybe for Phil and Bob. Did you guys?
Metallica.
Oh yeah.
Metallica.
Nice,
Wow.
Yeah.
Cheers, Crippy.
I've never heard that.
The first name of Sam's friend who went to the Halloween bar with Sam and Jessica.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
Yeah. Deep cut.
You have watched too much Supernatural.
Yeah, if you know that, then you're a super fan.
All right.
Do you know it? By the way, I was in the scene. I have no idea.
Oh no.
Eric doesn't know.
No, I know. The only reason I know is because I named it after a good friend of mine. So that's why I know.
Steven Spielberg
singer.
Yeah, Bob. It was also a Bob Singer. Per my contract.
Here's the next one from Kripke. Name 5 other works that Kripke has cited or ripped off as inspiration for Supernatural.
Wait, are you not going to tell us the answer?
Not just yet.
Brushing?
We have to let it percolate so that people can answer these questions.
It's okay.
We're not allowed to answer, right?
You can
we can
answer.
offer hints. Is there like a poll the actors thing? We can.
Hey, Sam, do you have an answer for that?
I have a guess.
Well, okay, what are they? What have you got, Sam?
Dukes of Hazzard.
Not really.
Was it Route 60? Was it Route 66?
Route 66.
On the
Route
road.
66 would be in there. Yeah.
On the road.
Good
On the
Omens.
road.
On the road.
On the
Beat
road.
the press.
Constantine. Omens is good.
Hardy Boys.
And Dukes of Hazzard.
Constantine.
Forest Hump.
It would be
Animal House.
Well, American Gods.
What is that?
Sandman,
Is that a real thing?
Hellblazer. Yeah, they're all real things.
Hellblazer.
But,
So double Neil
66 on the
Gaiman.
road is good. Yeah, a lot of Neil Gaiman.
You
Come
said
on, Eric. Big
Joseph
truth,
Campbell too,
Boogeyman.
right?
Star Wars, Boogeyman. Yeah.
The
Flintstones.
I just found it. I just found it. The house with a clock in its walls.
Very good. Yes.
Yeah, it's because I just went online. That's why.
Oh,
You can't, Sebastian. You can't cheat. No, this is legit.
Sorry, I shouldn't cheat.
All right, move
yes.
on to a way less douchey question, please.
Let's do capitals. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. It's not two capitals.
Yeah.
I miss
Jared.
Stuck together this long.
So nice.
Jared, capital of Albania, Jared.
Riga.
New Albania. Nunbania. There's Albania and Nunbania.
Yes, that's it. That's it.
Sophia. Dumbania.
No, it's Tirana. Tirana.
Fan base.
Eugenie knew it.
It's Tirana. Tirana.
Is that true?
It's true. I used to do that when I lived on the boat, for 6 years. We basically learned all the capitals of the world. And that was our game. My brother and I would play that game.
It's true. He knows all the capitals.
So he likes to drop that he lived on a
How'd you
boat
know?
a lot.
Told me.
Oh, yes. Yeah,
Serious.
that too.
He told me several times.
What's up, Rob? Howard Stern Benedict. How's it going over there, pal?
Yeah, really.
Guys, it's good. Thanks for tuning in.
Talk radio. Chuck's Talk Radio. What do you,
You're not gonna sing.
what do you, what? Come on, come up with a good one.
WSPN.
I gotta go, guys.
USPN. That's a good one.
Yeah, I was gonna say WGOG.
Yeah, KGOD.
WGOD, that's
On the
good.
West Coast, so it would be a K.
Oh, you're right. It's
know
K. K, yeah.
Oh wow.
Who doesn't know the story of Sebastian getting a massage at the Vancouver airport?
Oh God.
Oh, God. You know the story, Robert? How'd you know the story?
Everybody knows the
Sebastian,
story.
everyone knows the story.
Oh, my God, yes.
I don't know the story.
Oh, yes.
I don't know the story. Actually, I don't think I know the story either.
Jared.
Well,
no, it's
wait.
first hand.
Don't blame me. Don't blame me. You got to go from the top. You got to go from the top.
No. You tell the story. You tell the story.
Okay.
You were there.
Okay. We've all flown in and out of Vancouver International Airport, flying, to go.
A couple of times.
And so one time, Jensen and I are going through security, and right when you get past security, there's a place where you get chair massage. You sit there, and I don't know, $10 an hour. Well, I don't know. I've never done it. But we walk through and we see Sebastian is getting a massage, and he has a little face in a pillow, and he's getting a massage. And so Jensen and I are sort of like, we walk up to the masseuse, and they look over and they know that we know Sebastian. I think we had Jensen and I were flying back every weekend basically. And so we walk over and I'm going, shh, and Sebastian is just there living his own best life, just sitting there on the massage chair. And so I get over there, I'm like, shh, and I put my bag down, and Ackles is there. And then as the girl is massaging him,
you pulled a full-on Indiana Jones, like you did the.
Yeah. Like the bag swap from Indiana Jones. As soon as she
hand swap
massaged his back, I put my hand where her hand was, and then I put my other hand, and she stepped away, and I started massaging him. I was trying to make my hand smaller because she was not a large person, and so I'm trying to massage him. And then I kind of go down his back, and he's a very muscular guy.
You went quite down my back.
I went down his back, and then I kind of went up his shirt, and he was like, "Oh,
wait, yeah, that's
thanks."
And then I went. And I started going, then I went I'm skin to skin now, and I'm up his back. He's like, "Ooh, very good,"
but with an English accent.
Sebastian, he's saying shit like,
"Oh my God,
that is bone. Like whatever he's saying, there's some foreign language. And so I put my hand up his shirt, and he's like, "Oh, very nice." And so then I kind of go back down and kind of put my hand between his underwear and his buttocks, and he's like, "Oh." We're in the middle of an airport. This is not like some rub-and.
I was like,
he's like, "Ooh." And then so I pull my hands around, and I'm kind of like, I think I tweak his nipples a little bit, and he's like, well.
No, wait a minute. I don't think we went that far. You're embellishing. You're embellishing a bit.
We did. Finally, everybody's laughing their ass off. They're all laughing. So he finally gets up, and he's like, "Oh, Jerry, that was a good massage."
Actually, it was strangely sensual.
I love that story.
Jared, you're really good at that. Oh my God. Oh my God! Yes, sorry, Berto.
Oh, I should watch.
That was funny. That was very funny. Thank you, Robert, for bringing that.
Worth repeating.
It was. He was really funny,
Good
actually.
story.
And he was strangely good. He was really. I was
Again,
perturbed. I was
just wanna
perturbed for the
echo-
whole flight back.
You were a welcome recipient.
I
So
hope that Stacey is still watching. Yes.
Oh, yes. Sorry, Stacey.
Again, another highbrow story from this crowd.
We lost Beaver.
Oh dear.
Lost Jim.
Nothing but class, Jensen. Nothing but class.
Well, somebody told Jim make sure that he's still breathing.
No joke too cheap, Bob, right?
No joke too cheap.
Oh my God. I have to admit to the fans who are watching, it's really fun being on that set. It really is. It really is. We're very serious while we're doing it, but off camera.
Not really.
Not really. You're right.
No.
Nah.
No.
You're gonna be like that on The Boys, Crip?
There
Bill?
are no massages to completion.
No.
There was
Wait a
no
minute.
completion. Wait a minute.
Wait a minute. We do the Giuliani. So that's all. We do the Giuliani. That's about
In the
it.
front, yeah.
That's all. That's all.
Do I have to have hair dye streaking down my face at the time? Or
It helps. Oh, that's special effects makeup. Don't worry about it.
All right.
Take care of it.
Oh yes. Never.
Oh,
never a dull
but
moment.
just one quick boys thing, and I saw Jensen. I saw photos of your super suit today. Holy shit, dude!
Yeah, it's
That's
crotchless,
awesome.
huh? Crotchless?
Yeah, it's all crotchless.
Crotchless and assless. It barely hangs on.
Just chaps, just a pair of chaps and a cowboy hat.
And again, I hope Stacey is still watching.
Misha's appalled. It's actually a Spanx, isn't it? It's a Spanx suit.
Good.
Yeah.
Painted on.
Yeah.
Was that Clint Eastwood?
Yeah.
It's a prescription. Prescription.
Oh, sorry, it's a prescription. For Sebastian, it's a prescription.
Rob's voice is medicine. Rob's voice.
Yes. Yes.
You guys, we're at $225,000.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Stop
Bravo.
it. That's amazing.
Push us over 250 in the next 2 hours, please.
And Misha, did you organize this, Misha? Did you organize this?
Actually, this was me and Eric working in concert.
Well, Eric and Misha, thank you.
Amazing.
Really
There you
amazing
go.
work. Thank you.
It was
really
definitely mostly Misha.
It was
and me saying, like, cool, I'm in.
Eric,
Sure.
okay, in my defense, Eric literally called me and said, if you ever want to work in this town again.
Yeah.
He was in Sheboygan.
All the work you want.
So.
Also, thank you to Charlie and Chris behind the scenes
Yes.
for making it happen.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
And if anyone's watching out there, please, if you're in Georgia, vote for John Ossoff,
Yes.
vote for Raphael Warnock. This is really important. This will get the Senate at 50-50. Am I right?
Yes.
With the deciding vote from Kamala Harris. So it's extremely important to get rid of Mitch McConnell's power in the Senate. Thank you very much. Please vote for these two wonderful candidates. Just if anyone's watching, you know?
It usually always takes some sort of a British accent to tell me who I'm going to vote for.
You can take your fucking tea and you can shove it in the.
Wait.
Everyone get out and.
Yeah,
First
drink your
and
garbage
foremost,
water.
Take your
Everyone get out
fucking
to vote.
garbage water. You know what I'm talking about. Well, the thing is, I'm half Scottish, half French. So, you know, I'm not really English.
All sexy.
But I do have a Pommy accent, you know.
It was all
Prisoner
that
of Mother
smoking.
England, that is.
Drink your wine with like a shot of whiskey in it. Is that how you?
No.
I would never
Does-
mix. I would
that-
never mix the Lagavulin with a Chateau Lafite Rothschild. You know.
I think does that make you unintelligible and
More
Hey, Misha,
Oh, sorry.
hold on one thing. Before we go, like, this is the first gathering of everyone since the show ended. So want to be able to say to the fans, now that we're all together in one place, thank you so much for 15 years and your support and your passion and your loyalty. And it's I think for everyone here, it's the experience of a lifetime, and we really can't thank you enough. So thank you.
Really, yeah. Thank you to the fans, really, the fans.
People don't get to experience that on this, like us, to be on a show for that long and make a family like this. That doesn't happen every day. That never happens.
There was a big gap for me in there somewhere. I know what happened, but I'm glad to be here.
It's true, yeah. Weren't you there the first season, right?
Third, I think.
Third season. And then came back on the 15th.
Third, 5, and 15.
Yeah, that's great. I have to admit, having only been in one season, this is, it became this sort of wonderful traveling troupe. It was like a crazy theater troupe traveling the world and meeting all these actors who I didn't work with everyone, of course, but it was really an extraordinary adventure. It's been an extraordinary adventure for these years. Up to now, it's just beyond my wildest dreams, I have to admit. Thank you, guys. It's been so wonderful to know you all, really.
Oh, thank you, Sebastian.
And the fun, the laughs. I mean, the wit and the laughs, I have to admit. And Jared's farts.
And the sneaky part. I think what's great is what we have all built. I think we could all take comfort in knowing that this group is not being dispersed. This group is we're kind of tied together forever now. So like it or not, what we built for 15 years is going to bind us for many years to come. So I take comfort in knowing that.
We're like herpes.
Yeah.
Genital or otherwise.
For this.
Yeah. Is that a prescription?
That's what I never miss.
Sorry, Stacey.
I have
to, bravo, Misha.
I have to go to work, so I'm going to say goodbye to you all.
I think we're all leaving.
Hi, Jim.
Hi, Jumbo.
Bye, Jim.
We're going to play.
Bye, guys. Thank you all for being here.
Thank you. Bye, guys. Love you all.
I love you.
Oh, good to see you.
Bye, everybody.
Wait, did we win? I thought this was like a pre-interview of like if we won.
I was saying Gilmore Girls.
Are we Final Four?
I really wanted to honor the fans.
Go for Gilmore Girls. What can I say?
So I bet on Gilmore Girls, and I lost.
It's a testament to the audience, to our fans who have stuck with us over 11 plus seasons. And look at this, here we are, season 12, and we get a cover. Mm-hmm. What?
I'm just bummed that it wasn't like season 4 when we were in our 20s, and now we've got gray hair and kids, and
one of us has gray hair.
You're dead to me.